now from the 33. That's complete to Dell. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Working out of the gun, Daniels. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Pushing his way through. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question, because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field and what was a fairly innocuous play call.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Isaiah Pacheco with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Able to hit his target, Lamb. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep. I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. You talk about this Washington defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And again, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Throwing now is Daniels. It's complete. He finds Falk here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Well, this defense for the Cowboys very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Daniels. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington! Isaiah Pacheco, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And now Washington going to go for 2 here. Daniels going to try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You talk about this Washington defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Here's third and a few inches. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost two, and it brings up fourth. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That is caught. He's across midfield. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
To the air goes Daniels. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He may go. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead is now 2. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Give to Pacheco off the option. Fighting through. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
14, Commanders 12.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running left to give to Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's Daniels. Flushed out right. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here just shy of the 30. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On play action, it's Mahomes. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
In motion, the tight end. Hands it off out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leaders...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Mahomes now on the sneak. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Got to be careful here. Backed up this deep on 3rd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Let's go.
Daniels looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Ready, set. Warrior 70, go. Set, go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
43, 43.
In motion comes the tight end left. Now here's Mahomes. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Daniels.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now.
So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Buchanan. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Mahomes now to throw. Flush to his right.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Mahomes going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
This is taken at about the 14. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
That's caught by Sennett.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Pass incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Caught left side. Here's Dell.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Daniels. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. Big strides. Look at him go. Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Commanders 12. Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Throwing now is Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Let's go now.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Daniels going to throw for it.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Yellow.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now Daniels.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's got his guys set up great now. First and goal. And the Pigs get at the 7-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat. Brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Easy.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator,
You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And my goodness, another interception. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Yellow.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Powers through him. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Cowboys have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And his throw is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready, ready?
Daniels from the gun on third down.
And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit.
If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's go. 19 Lion. Warrior 70. Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That is caught. He's got the first down and more than that. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there. 71 yards.
And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
It's complete, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
77 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And able to get this out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Track at 60.
To the air goes Daniels. A quick throw there is incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line. Go!
Here's Daniels. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Isaiah Pacheco
With career touchdown number 75.
and the Commanders get a bit closer. The Commanders lined up here, and they're going to try for two once again.
Washington will line up for the two-point conversion.
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Commanders 26.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Yellow.
And they take a knee.